Hello, it's Friday, November 18th, 2016. This is an update on the themes brought up in the ALTA report for this month and beyond. As a bit of background, you need to know that the global bond market is basically led by the United States. Bonds turned in July. A 30-year trend turned, and so now we're in a very different position than we've been for the last 30 plus years. This is one of the signs that you see with the end of a currency regime, such as the US dollar. Then in the day after the election, the USA bonds took their largest one-day move ever. And again, yet another sign of the large and very unavoidable changes that are pending for us. These are all signs, too, that the American dollar empire continues its meltdown. The Federal Reserve Bank, which is not part of the federal government, has no reserves and is not a bank, but is basically a lobby for banks, an association of banksters, so that they can get together and gang up on the politicians and force their will. Anyway, they produce the dollar, which has been mistakenly applied as the United States dollar. It's really the central bank that's been imposed on us dollar. And it's a note, a promissory note. As part of that component to this, we see other currencies breaking down now, such as in India, Egypt, too many countries to list around the planet that were all tied to the dollar. That's how the empire dies. Their currency keeps spiraling on in until it hits the heartland, and then there you go. You can think of things as being in a countervailing cycle. So if dollar is up, trade is down. Your trade, you can't export as much. That's the thinking. If the dollar is up, because trade is down, therefore jobs are down. That's what they're going to tell you. The truth is, the dollar's going up because the peripheral currencies are dying. So it is the only shirt left in the dirty hamper that is still presentable. That's why it's going up. This will be a temporary situation. Jobs are down because no one's making investments because the money's polluted. Because all of the currencies are dying, those people that have wealth are holding off, waiting to see what's going to happen. This is not the time, they think, to do any kind of an investment in anything commercial, in anything that would attempt to really go forward because of the uncertainty and because the peripheral currencies are dying. They can see it spiraling in. Yes, the dollar's up temporarily. Your purchasing power is going to increase temporarily against these other currencies, but it'll also erode against gold. Not right this minute, but it will. Jobs are down because no one's making the investment, including corporations. Healthcare costs are up because they've been mandated and legislated to be up due to the a monopoly that's been sanctified by law throughout the Obama regime. Delivery of services for healthcare is down because costs are up. It's a monopoly. They're trying to maximize profits for people on the top, so they're stripping the system as they go along. As proof of this, I offer that the last 2 years we've seen the largest ever out-of-country medical services for United States citizens in our history, the last 2 years. Our just-in-time supply system is currently under great stress. Carriers and subcarriers and those people that make their living handling for those carriers are all in great distress as the system breaks down. So there's where to watch if you want to see how it's going to progress. Look at the number of jobs that are involved in ports that are handling containers. See how the TEU or the container traffic is down, see who's doing the hauling, these kind of things. You'll be able to watch the just-in-time supply system for the Western world collapse in a fairly steady way over these next couple of years as the currencies become even more spiraled in on the dollar and its problems become even more centralized. So now for new stuff, piggybacking off of last month's report, we're going to start seeing pension problems really increase. these pension problems will strike in dollar-linked currency countries first, but the very first of the very large pension issues to hit North America are showing up now for late 2016 or early 2017. Excuse me. There's also a link there to problems that will emerge around December 12th or so. This may, because of the links, cross links within these sets, there may be some level of prescient forecast here about interest rates. The interest rate issue being that the interest rates will be going up in spite of whatever the Fed wants to do, and so the Fed now has to play catch up, otherwise they look like the children that sort of also tried to run a business and ended up with their lemonade stand being knocked over. Anyway, so the data sets are talking about interest rates going up because of the general state of the global economy, beyond the ability of the Fed to do anything about it. The problems for the interest rates are showing up in early December of this year that will then cause big ripples to occur throughout the early part of next year. And the interest rate issues are also showing up as affecting real estate, as though someone had come along and literally kicked the stool out from underneath them while they were sitting there, while real estate was sitting there having a cup of, it's pumpkin spice latte. And it, boom, all of a sudden its chair's gone and it's just fallen to the floor. And this again is an issue with real estate. The real estate problems are an interest rate effect that's going to happen apparently right away. And so we can think of bond rates up and prices are down, inverse. They're inversely related. Interest rates go up, house prices must go down in order for this to all equal out. And so that's fundamentally what's being described here. Only the way in which it's being described is big areas of the country, like big regions, probably somehow affected by regional banks, I would imagine. I mean, I don't have enough of a view yet to understand what the causal nature is, just that we're looking at specific regions that get cited in the data sets as being impacted with very negative headlines about their local real estate markets. So it might be as though you lived in the West, as I do, and there was a local newspaper headline that said, real estate prices in the West take, big tumble, something like that. Anyway, so this will be happening again in early December, and it'll have an early January roll-on that will be building. And this stuff's showing up in the new reports in a very serious way. So we'd had a number of reports, I don't know, going back how many months, that were forecasting the crash in high-end real estate here in the United States, as well as London and as far away as Sydney, that kind of thing. And so that occurred. We had these crashes occur. And in the process of the number of months when we had that forecast and then the occurrence of the forecast, there might have been, say, 6 or 8 months heads up that, oh, okay, they're at their peak now and they're going to be blown off in 6 months, basically was what the data sets had said. And so in that process, next 6 months, while that's occurring, there were other sets in there that are saying, okay, X amount of distance beyond this particular market cratering, then it's going to hit middle level real estate and everything's going to drop like a stone from that point on. And so we're at the point now where that forecast is moving into its point of emergence, its point of manifesting into reality here. And so the data sets are saying, I would interpret at this point, without the fullness of the detail sets, that we're looking at something that's going to occur in early December, around the 12th or so, and will be interest rate impacting such that by the time we get to the end of the year, interest rates are a big concern for a lot of different people in a lot of different industries. And it'll be the first of the visibility components of the credit freeze, insofar as the mass population who doesn't pay attention to economics or any of these kind of things in their daily lives, and then they'll start getting into a situation of, something is not right here, and something that's not right is going to be as I say, the very first visibility of the credit freeze, and that'll be as interest rates going up. Everything that's interest rate dependent is just going to start coming unglued, and this will include the the derivatives and stuff, which are just going to go crazy in the background. But we won't see much of that, at least in December and through early January. The last thing here, because I have a pie in the oven with a coconut crust, I got to keep checking on. Never made a coconut crust, a coconut oil crust before, so I have to keep having an eye on it and noting the time to see how it cooks when. Anyway, we have systemic pressures that are basically building within the system, being described in the data sets now, that are pointing to a crack-up style month. And that month will begin sometime after the Trump inauguration, and so we're looking at maybe the 23rd, 24th of January, sometime in there, and then you're going to have 30 days that are going to be crack up. So 30 days of events all scrunched together such that we'll all go, oh, phew, when that's over. Won't mean that anything has been fixed, won't mean that anything is any less intense. It just means that you won't have this daily crack-up feeling, as though you're in a car wreck each and every day. You know, not a big car wreck necessarily, but oh damn, another one of those, you know. You get to one of those every day for a month, you're going to be really hurting. And so we'll be really hurting at the end of this period of time. It looks to start around January 23rd, 24th. It does not start on the 20th. And it does appear to affect and be impacted as well by the economics. And so that's the update for November. Today is Friday, November 18th, 2016. Hit the like buttons and, you know, do the subscribing and all of that. You all know what to do. You guys have been there doing it far longer than I have. And I'll try and do one of these with each and every report. And if anything breaks that's urgent, I'll either post it on my site, hit our Twitter feed, so go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Or I'll do another video if it's appropriate. Thanks all. I gotta get to my pie. Bye.